Everyone loves to hate on big pharma, but I've been thinking about them a lot recently, especially with some of the stuff that is out there to fix problems and it's just not accessible. I've spoken a lot just with close friends about how I believe that pharmaceutical companies should be forced to give a fixed percent of their revenue towards a government fund that investigates certain drugs or trials or getting things published that there's no money in, right? So like a lot of peptides, for instance, because they're found naturally or because they were discovered years ago, if they put the money into getting it FDA approved and on the market, they don't have any sort of control over it. They can't really make any other money, and all pharmaceutical companies can just start mass producing it the second the trials are pushed. So why on earth are they going to do that? At the end of the day, they do have people to answer to. They have their shareholders. They have the lobbyists who are preventing anything like a Rev split fund from ever existing. But I think it needs to happen, because the fact that there isn't much autonomy in being able to choose what happens with your treatment is a bit ridiculous. Like, it really is. There's so many things out there that can help so many people, and there are things that are like, over the counter in other countries that aren't in some countries. It's ridiculous. I think in the past, doctors made a ton of sense when it was someone who, you're basically illiterate, you don't know anything, you're incompetent. But now with all the tools we have, with the ability for the average person to actually dive deep into something and learn about it truly, I think doctors should be, instead of someone where you go to a GP who's a lot of the time is Googling stuff or falling for misinformation like muscle damage causing hypertrophy or whatever, instead of it being that, it should be someone who's more like an advisor, where you talk about what you want to do, they speak about what's probably going to happen, and then you get to pick for yourself. You get to have that autonomy. I think that's the way forward. I think that's probably what we need to go to, because things are ridiculous. I mean, I had a friend who wanted an alternate ADHD treatment because he didn't really want to do stims, they weren't working, and there was something that helps in a different sort of way with dopamine, and it's actually something that's prescribed here, but he couldn't get it because they don't treat it for ADHD, even though in other countries it's used as an ADHD treatment. So what he had to do is he had to join a quitting smoking program in order to get this, and that's all it took. But they wouldn't give it to him for ADHD, but they will for quitting smoking. It's so weird, because clearly it's accessible, clearly it's an option. I don't know, I think it's ridiculous though. Like, it's just not really heading in a good area.